Welcome to Gaia Community UU and Pagan Circle. We all pretty much know each other. Your ritualists today are myself. We ask that you silence anything that you have with you that might make noises during the ritual and distract us. We will be recording. We are recording today's ritual to put on our YouTube channel. So if you would prefer not to appear in the video, please let us know. We are met.
My name is Matt. I am a tall, white, masculine person wearing a green overrobe with a variety of earth-toned things on beneath that. In our ritual today, we are going to be establishing Gaia Community's energetic presence at our new home in Unitarian Universalist Church. That through the UU traditional water service, where we acknowledge where we have been summer, which is the traditional low programming season amongst UU congregations generally, and also specifically through releasing the energy that we stored into this Lego brick shaped candle at our last ritual in our previous space, playing the circle. So we will be, before that, naming hopes and joys and intentions that we have for this new space and releasing that power through fires that we spread throughout the space to illuminate it with our hope and joy and intention. And we're going to sing a song that we know well among the regular attending folks. We are Gaians. So if we could go now to our next slide. It has the lyrics to We Are Gaia. There are three parts: a drone, a melody, and a harmony to the melody. If you're the sort of person that says, "Oh, but I can't sing," I invite you to cheerfully sing the drone. It goes like this. Meana endone est Gaia. And that's all you have to do for the whole time. Let's try that together. Yeah. All right, and before we do too much more of that, I'm going to poke our tech person, Devin, who's doing a great job, and ask him to turn on a bridge so that there are non-verbals. Any verbals. And in turning on original sound, we will also need to mute channel 3. Okay, and then on the soundboard, channel 3 on mute. The congregational microphone picks up every little piece of static from the HVAC. Go. So over that drone, we have a lovely melody. We are the flame. We are the droplets in the rain. Join in if you know it. We are the stones against the seas. We are the currents in the breeze. We are the king of all the life that has ever been. We are the stewards of the earth. We are Gaians. All right, it doesn't seem like we need to go line by line through that at all. So let's fire up the drone, do that once or twice through, so that when we get to that much later towards the end of the ritual, it is up and ready in our minds for the doing. Meana endone est Gaia, meana endone est Gaia, meana endone est. We are the flame. We are the droplets in the rain. We are the stones against the seas. We are the currents in the breeze. We are Gaians. All right.
Our chalice lighting today is by Laura Horton Ludwig. Fire and water, ancient opposites, sun and ocean, the cradle of life, flame, and dancing river. We evoke them together today as we kindle our chalice flame. Blessed be.
Blessed be. If we had any young people with us today, we'd be talking about the water cycle. Because I think everyone who knows about the water cycle will skip that since there aren't any young people to clap out. But if you were thinking about coming and have young people, we are thinking about you and we have space for you. Come on round. So for those of us who are here, I invite you to take up a position and feel your breath. Experience the shift in your weight as your body fills with air, the way you sink into your seat as the breath settles and changes direction outward. With a soft gaze, allow your vision to rest on someone in this room or in this space that you can see. And on your next breath, extend a golden line from your heart to theirs, allowing it to connect the two of you. And as you exhale, send that person the caring, support, and well wishes you have for them along that golden line. And allow your gaze to wander again. As you inhale, know that you are drawing on a golden line that someone has sent you. And begin extending golden lines in turn to everyone you can see. Sending out your caring, support, and the nurture you have to give through each thread, and receiving the same each time you inhale to send out more lines. And continue breathing in this way until you have empowered a line to everyone you can see. Revel during your inhalations that for every line you have sent out, another has come back to you. And all the care, support, nurture, and love that you have given has returned to you multiplied. And now, together, fully present, fully supported, we are grounded in this place with one another. Blessed be.
Blessed be. We will purify with salt today. So, as I pass by with the bowl of salt, run your fingers through it, knowing that salt is the perfect, wonderful element to purify. Pour into it all of your frustrations, your challenges, the crap you've been carrying around all week. Salt is a brilliant way to restore our energies and our alignment and get rid of all of the negative energy that we carry around.
Having grounded and purified, we begin now to construct our space. As we lay a circle today, I invite you to track that you have seen your ritualists walk, knowing that this is a permeable circle, but a place that we claim for our own. You envision that track becoming something you can visualize. Let it expand out past the walls of this room, very edge of the land where this building sits, with and vibrant energy and intention for our community and the space we occupy. And our circle is cast. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
And I invite you now to attention to the east. Toward the outdoor labyrinth, the domain of air conveyed to us through song and speech and the powers of reason. Welcome, air.
Welcome, air.
Turning our attentions to the south, toward what on the land here are the orchards and gardens, the domain of fire that illuminates our path, invigorates us with the spark of inspiration, and warms us with the heat of fire. Turning our attention to the west, toward our king, the domain of water, which gives us life and is the key to all our maintenance and nurture.
Welcome, water.
And then to the north, toward the railroad tracks, that domain of earth, which is the source of support and strength, from which life springs in all its greenness. Welcome, earth.
Welcome, earth.
And finally, we turn our attention back to the center, toward an altar, the domain of spirit and magic, where all the energy we raise and all the magic we work commingles together with of our patron of the year, the Morrigan, the great queen, and our perpetual patron Gaia, the mother of all. Into this cauldron we pour our separate energies, and from it flows a fount, a mighty river of communal power. Hail, and welcome, spirit.
Hail and welcome, spirit.
I invite now our patron to join us for our a buckle that I thought I had placed.
Great Queen, we come to a new place, on a different land as a congregation. This land, like that we left before it was stolen from its original people, we pledge as part of our coming to lend the support we are able to those First Nations. We ask as we enter into shared stewardship of this space, you help the earth to know us, the nature spirits to greet us, and the rocks cry out the legitimacy of our coming. That we may be sovereign and strong, where all may shelter. I bring you apple gross, gift of welcome. Hey, welcome, Morrigan. Hey,
Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
We welcome Gaia, our perpetual patron, Mother of the Earth, all-seeing Mother of all. We ask that you join us as we put our energy into this our new home. We pay homage to you now and always. Yeah, Gaia.
Oh, Gaia.
Risen and standing, I invite you to be seated. For our work together today. The mingling of the waters. This is the beginning of the season of ingathering. Time when Unitarian Universalist congregations look to start up their programming. Where Coast Church will be starting their fall programming this Wednesday. If you were sad that we are not having our own games night, come here Wednesday night about 6:30 and join their games group. If you want to be part of their ongoing things, you ask to sign up on Realm and receive their congregational communications and sign up for religious education classes. I'll be going to the parable of the original water service wasn't an in-gather service, though. It was started in 1980 as a service for the Women and Religion Continental Convocation of Unitarian Universalist. I had to read that verbatim because, like all good Unitarian Universalist programs, wow, it's a mouthful. That original service was called Coming Home Like Rivers to the Sea. And those original participants in 1980 brought water from everywhere that they were coming from. Commingling the water and that idea of a service driven by lay women in particular. In general, as it was adopted throughout the denomination, has remained very popular as a way to share where have we been, what have we done, and what brings us back together. If you have not brought water with you today, know that all water on the earth, our home, has touched all places, and the water that comes from this shared pitcher can be accurately said to wherever you would like it to. That is the power of the water cycle. For this water is water that has always been and will always be. You ask that you limit your statements to 1 or 2 sentences so that we can facilitate the full ritual, as this is only the first part of our work together. And to kick things off, this water comes from my kitchen, Kansas City, Missouri. It's water drawn from the Kansas and Missouri rivers, distributed throughout the metro. I spent most of my time this summer at home, and that's not a bad life. But I'm glad we are coming back in full swing.
I also brought water from home. Compliments of Water One, who supposedly has one of the best tasting waters in the day. And I think the farthest I've gotten this summer was to winter sunflower. Which probably still has cans of water from the Kansas River.
I intended to bring water that I had charged. I forgot. So this is drinking water from my refrigerator, from a gallon that I keep refilled in there. And it will represent the moon water that I painstakingly created a while back in a full moon with a mirror, and enjoyed communing with the moon during that and using the water thereafter in my rituals. Since all water is good.
This is water from Wyandotte County Lake, where we spent the summer in Wyandotte. Well, we didn't spend it at the lake, but we need 8 mornings of Wyandotte to it. I brought water from the seeds. They send their regards. Right. So that's why my water is green. It is not from the tap. And it represents getting to care for the seeds with Greg over the summer, as he helped me do that many times.
I forgot that we're doing water from. So this is water from Monterrey, Mexico, which is my favorite fizzy water. Well, my second favorite fizzy water. First favorite water, fizzy water is Topo Chico with lime in. It didn't have any lime in. Lime in. And this represents what you know as we go along, which is what I've spent my life doing.
I also forgot, but since this water represents all water, I'll say that some of it comes from the pond out back of Aurelia's parents' house, because we were there this summer for a while. And I'm not putting in the water and drinking because it's full of flavor, and I figure out what you would about that.
So for work a few weeks ago, I had to go up to Minneapolis. So, and for work, we were discussing competitive building of a substation that would wind up transferring a whole lot of wind energy east, 2 points east of here. So this is kind of a celebration for the being involved in the change of the world.
Kansas. Politicians and political stuff around here suck. But I am a native daughter of Kansas, and I really, really always feel happy when my feet are on my own state soil, even if the rest of it is a dream. And what I did this summer, I want to say I reconnected with friends, because there's so many friends that I have, and they're like, we should hang out. And I'm like, we should, and then we never do. And I'm like, YOLO, baby.
For this water to represent the travels of those who could not join us today, or who could not join us physically today, as the case may be. But know that wherever you are, wherever you roam, and whatever you might be doing right now, if you are a Gaian, always a Gaian, your journey is part of our journey. We look forward to seeing you again. The waters that we have here cleaning, representing our shared adventures and goings on, will be shared with the orchards out back after the ritual, so that this water can continue the work it does and not just flow once again through a drain.
Now we will move to the imbuing energy through flame part of our ritual. You will see votives, colored votives on all of the altars. We invite you to take one or more than one as you choose. We ask that you think of the hopes that you have for Gaia in this new space. We wish that you would charge these candles with hopes for our new home and goals that we wish to make and meet, and consider aspects of what Gaia means to you. They come from all the different altars. If you wish to take more than one of them, that would be entirely appropriate. Then, once you imbue them with your wishes, put them back on the altar of your choice, and we will light them. We will then light the candles as we set our hopes and intentions in.
As you put them back, name them and light them. Try to leave enough space that Devin can write down what you have said, as we'll hold on to intentions in a Google document so that ritualists can refer back to it later and put that into future work, much like some things we did in playing the circle will turn up in ritual. In about 15 minutes.
So if you go ahead and select the candles.
Color in particular that you'd like.
It's going to go all over, so we will continue to make it.
Here's a pump.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a second. Just purging one at a time.
Ready for us?
Go for it.
This is for not just building the community, but strengthening the family that it represents.
And we become a place where people can come and discover spirit without pain, but also without not also without necessarily deity. Sense, right? Something like that. May we be a home, a spiritual home for the misfits, rejects, and the snubbed.
Get more people. Maybe energize those who are here.
Inspiration, illumination, tricality. Back into ritual, into our shared space. Be awe-inspiring in our doings.
Oh, I want to say thank you so much.
So may we attract many people who come and find a spiritual home with us and stay and bring their energy to support the work we're doing and create new work that they think that they will help or do. A word of us flow out into the world that we may attract all those people who would find a place here that is their spiritual home. May we continue to be strong and lasting to the future and for the earth and each other as our lives and
May we be a celebration of the great variety of ways in which there are to pagan. Next.
echo. For the community that maybe we have to run.
They said the branch don't bloom without its roots. May our roots prove to be the great mycelium network as we return in many ways to Gaia's spiritual roots at Suj. Let us dig deep, find all that Gaia is and all the ways that Gaia is part of the great interconnected web of life of which that we can prosper and bloom together with many.
May we be truly welcoming. People who are interested but fear they might not be well. Find a genuine place that's and their needs might be heard and met.
Or all are welcome. Things that swear, those that do this one.
May we rise up, stand up for social justice, for the earth and each other.
Here.
May we find a new passion for the social justice that we wish to extend. May it be far-reaching
and thorough and find others to help us so that more justice is met.
Let our intentions be pure, our meanings plain, our communication ever understood.
Have fun. May we laugh. May we share. May we be silly. And remember how to play.
May we care for each other so that our spoons balance.
By our powers combined.
By our powers combined, one.
We do magic both internally and externally.
That was a bit off, but, that's all right. May we stand fort. Fascism. Those who would oppress vulnerable populations for their personal and political gain. Let's stop those people.
keep our promises, fulfill our oaths, and work honorably with our patrons and all entities that we invite into our space, mortal, divine, or otherwise.
May our primary motivation always be love.
We are out of focus. Are there other intentions or hopes we need to express? There are more that can be gotten. So. It's also a natural moment of transition to our next part of the work. So Devin, if you will put us on to original sound and share our slideshow. We'll be saying together things that Gaia is as elected at our ritual for playing the circle. I am clever and put these words over the Gaia logo. And
Gaia is fun.
Gaia is fun. I think that might actually read pretty well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of it is like it took a spring into it.
Yes,
Inclusivity.
So let us all together, if you can see it, and feel free to move because it is much clearer up front in the east. Gaia is inclusivity for all like-minded people.
Gaia is fun. Gaia is magical. Gaia is experimentation. Gaia is showing up. Gaia is resilience.
Loving
Gaia
kindness.
is loving kindness. Gaia is always growing and expanding.
Gaia is prosperous.
And before we go on to our next slide, we light the first wick of our charged candle, releasing these things that Gaia is. And we call for some more. Gaia is more diverse than most pagan organizations.
Gaia is community.
Continuity.
Gaia is Buckman.
Gaia is
Gaia is loving. Gaia is caring. Gaia is earth loving, and Gaia cares for the earth. Gaia is teamwork, leadership, love, family, and faith. Gaia is socially just and justly social. Gaia is responsibility.
And we light the second wick of our brick, releasing the power of all these that Gaia is, and we call for some more.
Gaia decreases the world's suck. Gaia is prosperous. Gaia is as we all are. Gaia is the spirit of forgiveness. Gaia is play. Gaia is balancing. Gaia is self-love.
Love. We light the final wick on this brick, to release the power of all these things that Gaia is into our space, and to charge and empower. I invite everyone to take up a singing position as we go to our next slide that has our words. You are free to dance about the circle if that is a thing you are capable of and moved to do, or sing in place, whatever it is you'd like to do. But we hope you'll join in however you might. Meana est vigaya, meana endone est vigaya, meana endone est vigaya, meana endone. We are the flame. We are the droplets in the rain. We are the stones against the seas. We are the currents in the breeze. We are the kin of all the life that has ever been. We are the stewards of the earth. We are Gaia, est vigaya, meana endone 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 est vigaya. We are the stewards of the earth. We are Gaia. We are the flame. We are the droplets in the rain. We are the stones against the sea. We are the birds in the breeze. We are the king of all the life that has ever been. We are the stewards of the earth. We are Gaia. We are the flame. We are the droplets in the rain. We are the stones against the sea. We are the birds in the breeze. We are the king of all the life that has ever been. We are the stewards of the earth. We are Gaia. We are the flame. We are the droplets in the rain. We are the stones against the sea. We are the currents in the breeze. We are the king of all the life that has ever been. We are the stewards of the earth. We are Gaia. Feel all that energy stirred up of our intentions, our hopes, the things that Gaia is, and pour that toward the cauldron of the center, keeping some for yourself, and this space, this place, this community, with all the vibrancy, all the potency, all the magic that we have brought forth today. find yourself just a little wound up yet, feel free to share some back down to the ground. We have come to that time in our ritual where we ask for offerings of money or energy or talent. Everyone here has done that online. But while we pass the leaves, we might share of energy. We have a few announcements of things that are going on. On Tuesday night, we are having a social justice committee. It's about it, Erin.
Come with ideas. That's our first official meeting after hiatus. Come with ideas and come with ready to stand up, rise up for our community.
All right. Next week, we are having our Autumn Equinox ritual. Kitty, anything we should know?
Well, the theme will be Persephone packs her bags. It will be an intergenerational ritual. So invite your friends with kids, invite your friends without kids. It should be fun. If all goes well, we will take things that might need to be or in the ground over the winter, over the dark time of the year. These could, and we'll talk, but, and then we'll plant those things, we'll give them to take with her into the underworld, and we'll plant them with bulbs. Hopefully outside, if that doesn't work, we'll plant them in pots, and you can, force them to bloom in March, and I'll give you instructions. So it should be fun, I hope. So we'll see you then. And so there won't be kid space that day because the kids will be, if there are any kids, they'll be here.
And hooray.
Hooray! Hooray!
It will also be the Saturday, which means Ritual for Business is this coming Saturday. Most of what has tied up our agenda the last few months is complete because we have moved. We are here. We have rent paying figured out. So, if you have items to bring to the Ritual for Business, please send them to president@GaiaCommunity.org, or if you are connected to me, Matt, on Facebook or Discord, you can send me a direct message there as well. But please do write it down because for all my many abilities, I have ADHD, and there is a 90% chance that it will be forgotten if I only have it verbally. Are there any other things we need to announce or bring up?
So is games night no longer going to be on third Fridays of the month?
Correct. Our third Friday games night is not part of our lease at Smooch, but a games group that meets every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 8. So if
They
you
would like us to come. Right?
Yes, they would love to have some more gamers because there are a wide variety of things that happen in this building of a Wednesday. There's choir practice, there's religious ed for kids and adults, there's games, and new this fall, there is a Wednesday evening meal that you can sign up for. So people are spread a little thin, even across the larger congregation between the various types of volunteering and activities. So if you want to come play a game, they would love to have you come play a game.
Matt, can you tell us a little more about this Wednesday evening meal? That's what you said, right? A Wednesday evening meal.
A Wednesday evening meal. I don't know much about it because the very first one is this coming week. That is something we have to pre-register for. So if you are wanting to do the full gamut of activities of a Wednesday evening with Smooch, I will make sure to get you in touch with the office coordinator that they have so that you can get signed into Realm and sign up for things. And that will be fun for everyone. Anything else we need to announce?
If I could just candles at about 8 o'clock in the morning. Is it 8 or 8:30? Oh, it's 8:30. At 8:30 in the morning on Thursday. Yes. Possibly also at 5:30 a.m. so I actually get out of bed. They want me there at 7. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I am also sure it will be fun.
But
So we draw toward the end of our time together and begin our time of giving thanks. Queen, namer of sovereigns, mistress of magic, we thank you for your presence with us here today. We hope our works are pleasing and that our imprint on this place will be a positive and powerful statement of our intentions and ability to grow, empower, and shape what is needed for better ways of being to come. While we will call to you again and hope that you join us many times, we know your duties are many and your time is brief, and invite you now to take up the next working awaiting your mighty aid. Offering one more for the road. Hail, well met Morrigan.
Hail and well met Morrigan.
Mother Gaia, we thank you for your presence here today and with us always. We appreciate your guidance and your counsel and your loving instinct. Stay if you can, go if you must. Hail.
You now to turn toward the railroad tracks, toward the domain, the source of support and strength from which all life springs in all of its greenness. We thank the earth for supporting us, for holding us safe and strong within this new congregational home. Hail and well met earth. Turning our attention toward our kid space, the domain of water which gives us life and is the key to all of sustenance and nurture. Water for this time of coming together, mingling our strengths and sharing in the healing of joy and remembered joys, we thank you. Hail and well met water.
Hail and well met water.
Directing our attentions toward the south, toward the orchards and gardens, the domain of fire which illuminates our path, invigorates us with the spark of inspiration and warms us with the heat of passion. Fire, through your power are our joys, hopes, and power illuminated and sent forth into this space. Every time we bring a flame, may we and all those who see it, know it, and remember this joy, this power, these hopes, and be inspired and manifest them. Hail and well met fire.
Hail and well met fire.
Turning our attention toward the east, to the labyrinth, the dome of air conveyed to us through song, speech, reason. Air, we thank you for the free-flowing exchange of ideas, the easy breaths we have, comfort of knowing our thoughts can flow in safety and free exchange. Hail and well met air.
Hail and well met air.
And we turn our attention back to the center, toward the altar, the domain of spirit and magic, where all the energy we raise and magic we work commingles together with the blessings of our patron of the year, the Morrigan Great Queen, and our perpetual patron, Gaia, the mother of all. The power of the cauldron never leaves us, but sometimes we must step out of the circle of power and into the world of simply being. We thank Spirit for the time we have spent here together and bid thee hail and well met, Spirit.
Hail and well.
And if you'll direct your attention to the east, if that is a thing that you need, where we can put up a slide with the words, sharing for our friends online who might not know.
Make our sacred amoeba.
Our circle-like shape.
Didn't Jack say it was topologically a circle at one point? Jack Manning.
Possibly.
Before my time, I don't know.
Sounds like something he'd say.
By
the earth that is her body, and the grove that is his home, by the air that is her breath, and the music of his song, by the fire of her bright spirit, and the heat of his passion, by the waters of her living womb, and the dew that is his tears. This circle, but unbroken. May the peace of the goddesses go in our hearts, and the dance of the gods enliven our days. And may we care for the earth and each other, because our lives depend on it. Merry meet, merry part, and merry end. Woo! Nice kick.
There you go.